Hey guys, this is Tim from Decoding Panels under the Codex Podcast banner. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you know when we've got this and other great stories coming your way, along with new episodes of the Codex Podcast. All right, ready? Sit back, relax, and let's do this. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Decoding Panels. I am your narrator, Tim. And we're going to go ahead and dive right into this. This is Spider-Man number 17. Writer is Ann Nocenti. Artwork is done by Rick Leonardi. Inks by Al Williamson. Colors are by Gregory Wright. And letters are by Chris Eliopoulos. I probably pronounced that wrong, and I highly apologize. You will believe a man could die. This was and still is one of my favorite Spider-Man issues growing up. I still read this on the regular now that I'm older. I absolutely love this story. I think this is Spider-Man at his core right here. It's all about selflessness, courage, guilt, and I think what it means to be a hero. Now, this was written right after Todd McFarlane left for Image, so Marvel had to find and scramble and put together a really awesome team for the next issue before Eric Larson came in to do the Sinister Six storyline that takes place like right after this. I think it's absolutely amazing, and that is pun intended. And I also think it's a highly underrated issue. This issue ties in, but kind of sort of doesn't, with Infinity Gauntlet, which was going on at the time, but nobody really remembers that storyline. I mean, that was just a flash in the pan, if you know what I mean. Okay, are you guys ready? All right, here we go. Gotta get Mary Jane. Barbecue sauce has gotta go to Aunt May. Is there enough money in the bank for the rent check to clear? Yeah, almost out of wet fluid, too. Gotta fill that back up. Spider sense going off. Trouble in the making. Spider-Man to the rescue. We all know this is just another night in the life of Spider-Man. What could possibly go wrong? A mother and child hang up laundry on a line. Pass me those clothespins. You hear me? Oh, Lord! Two men fall from scaffolding they were standing on moments before. Spider-Man is right here, right where he needs to be. This is what he lives for. Double shot of webbing should do the trick. He could do this in his sleep. I hope he doesn't drop that barbecue sauce. The two workers are caught and quickly placed on a building ledge a second or two later. His spider sense is still buzzing. He still has to grab that platform. Oh man, it's going right for that fan unit. It's full of Freon. Oh no, he's too late. Quick, Spider-Man will shield you. Just hang on. A mother calls for her daughter. A daughter yells for her mother. Spider-Man hasn't spent the last several years saving lives for nothing. Or maybe he has. He knows one thing right now. He blew this one out of the water. He told one joke too many. He's overconfident. He's just a wisecracking, scared teenager at heart. Someone is going to die. He can hear himself shouting at them, "I'll protect you!" But it sounds desperate, like an old man in his last days. Everything happens in a heartbeat as his mask splits open. His lips curl and the sound of his sins escapes into the air. It is one relentless scream. Everything hits like a speeding train. The Freon wraps Spider-Man in an icy grip. The shock from the blast rips his costume to shreds as cold fingers reach for his heart. 10 seconds before death, Spider-Man thinks he can't be dying because his life isn't flashing before his eyes. Probably because his eyeballs feel like peeled grapes. 5 seconds before, he thinks, yeah, that wasn't funny. Why must I always end my life with a joke? 2 seconds. He remembers a parable about tigers and strawberries, but can't quite remember how it goes. His heart is now wrapped in the icy fingers of death. He hits the roof. He looks beautiful and at peace. He remembers that parable now. A man is chased by tigers to the edge of a cliff. He jumps off, grabbing a strawberry vine and hanging there. Below him is more hungry tigers. He hears a nibbling sound and he sees some mice chewing on the vine. The man picks a strawberry, eats it, and lets go. How sweet it tasted. Spidey didn't live or die like that. All he did was worry. Even now, he's worrying about saving someone. No, not the mother. She's safe. Poor Peter Parker. He just didn't get it. Death is so indifferent. He feels peaceful and happy. Death isn't really any big deal, just another step. He feels bad about his body, though. Poor guy just didn't get it. He could show him how easy it all is. Emotions are all the same. Go from worry to anger to love and joy so easily, so quickly. But nobody does that. People stay sad, or like Peter, they worry and feel guilty all the time. We're all just prisoners who can't see our own wings. Wait, a baby scream. Mom, is that you? Gone. He started life with a scream and ended with a sigh. Peter wonders if he'll see his mother here. It's strange. He thought he loved Mary Jane, but all he can think about is seeing Gwen Stacy again. It's so bright. That light. He's heard about stuff like this. People talking about near-death experiences, seeing a light just like this. He has to go toward it. Wait, someone's calling to him. Calling me here? What is this place? Some kind of religious graveyard. Crosses, Jewish stars, bones. It looks like everybody's afterlife all piled into one. Arthur's sword, scrolls, talismans, just junk. This is what people walk over hot coals for, or take a vow of celibacy, or take drugs to see. They all do it to find God and answer that big question about what there could be when we die. Or is this just what Peter wants to see? A voice rumbles behind him. Humbling, isn't it? Take your last look back. Everyone gets one last look. Come, Spider-Man. Death and Thanos have been waiting for you. Peter's without a doubt shocked. Thanos? He's supposed to be dead. That is irrelevant. It is you, Peter, who is dead. Thanos loves death. He serves her, wields her, creates her, but yet he still cannot die. Peter changes the subject. Does everyone get this joyful greeting when they die? No, only people like you, Peter. Those who flirted with the futility of being a hero. Wait, futility? Yes. You tried to save lives, correct? Those already claimed by death? Well, yeah. They were not yours. You played at being a god, trying to alter fate. Well, since you put it that way, look back, Peter Parker. Oh, yeah. Heart attack? Never thought it'd be his heart that gave out. He was a hero. He just worried too much. He had it all, too. All he had to do was be happy. He can go back and show him how to do that. A mother can be heard in the background calling for her daughter. Wait, he saved the mother, but not the daughter? The mother curses Spider-Man. I hate you. I hate you. Not the little girl. It can't end like this. Thanos is unapologetic. She's half here, half there. She's nearly gone. Let her go back, Peter yells. She's too young. Impossible, Thanos says firmly. Mama needs her. Let her go, Peter yells again. No, Thanos says. Do it, Peter screams. Never, Thanos returns. I know what you're thinking, Thanos says, and you'd be a fool. So what? Peter gives Thanos a punch with all his power. Power enough to shatter a concrete wall. Death just watches, silently. With every punch Peter lands, Thanos just laughs more and more. You keep punching, he says. Nothing is solved with physical action here. Heroics are pointless. You should be enlightened to all of this. There is no will or desire beyond death. What you're doing is pointless. You can't save anyone here. You're trying to do the impossible. So what? Peter says, out of breath. So what? With sheer willpower and thought, a blast from the Infinity Gauntlet slams into Peter Parker, sending him crashing into a pile of bones, treasure, and dust. He won't give up. He cannot let that little girl die. Ah, there it is. Guilt. Just a little, but enough. Does Spider-Man even know that heroes inspire villainy? That's why those villains let the heroes live so long. They inspire so much creativity that heroes end up causing more destruction than they could ever fix. Every act causes death. No, Spider-Man shouts. Oh, yes. The hero's domino. A ripple effect that you can't even see. Isn't it beautiful? No, you're trying to trick him. Yes, he may worry a lot, but deep down in his bones, he knows he's a good person. He does good, and Thanos, you are a liar. You'll always wonder, Spider-Man, about what Thanos says here this day. Your mind and thoughts are so small. Here, let Thanos show you. Yeah, you have to go big and show Spidey how small he is in a realm that doesn't work on physical. It seems, Thanos, you may have just faltered in the game. Wait, what? Death, love of Thanos, ever so quiet. Why do you stare at him this way? Did he miss something? See, it's not so silly to fight death. She seems like a nice lady, and it looks like she agrees with Spider-Man. Shut up, Thanos says. Thanos gives you Spider-Man, Death. Don't you want him? Is Thanos so blind in his love for you that he can't see what you ask of him? Spider-Man does what he does best. Death? Hey, I may be out of my league here, and it's probably arrogant to even ask, but it's not for Peter he fights, but that little girl. You're letting him go? He doesn't want to owe you or anything. A gasp of air escapes Spider-Man as he comes to. Hallelujah! The mother thought you were a goner, Spidey, and her daughter, too. For a moment, she had no heartbeat, but you both came back together. Spider-Man's still out of it. What a feeling he has, like he left his body and went somewhere. Don't question it, the mother says. It happens. What about the blood? That's barbecue sauce. Spider-Man leaps into action. Meet him at the hospital. Crud! The barbecue sauce! Aunt May's gonna kill him. He is so dead. Guys, I said it before in the beginning of the episode. I'm going to say it again. This is one of my favorite Spider-Man stories. I absolutely love this story. I love reading it. I love enjoying it. And I'm glad that I was able to share that with you guys. So hopefully you can enjoy it too. If you liked what you saw and you heard here today, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and hit the notification bell so that way you know when the next episode is coming out. As always, my name is Tim, and this is Decoding Panels under the Codex Podcast banner, and I will see you next time.